Good evening, everyone. It's wine o'clock here again at the Wineman's. Tonight's wine, it's a little bit special. This is from San Silvestro in Piedmonte in Italy, in the north of Italy. This is their Patres Barolo, the 2015 vintage. In this video, I'm going to tell you why 2015 was a truly magnificent vintage. We're going to taste this wine. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, what it will be good with, and why this modern style Barolo is very, very different to the old style Barolos. So let's start with San Silvestro. 4 generations of family passing it down, father to son, right the way through until now it is made by 2 brothers, Paolo and Giodo, and they produce outstanding wine. And this particular one is no different. Now, Barolo is made with 100% Nebiolo grape, which is very important because Barolo is regarded by many people in Italy and around the world as the king of Italian wines. And there's good reason for that. However, in the past, Barolos used to have to be aged for donkey's years until they could be drinkable. So they were very heavy, they were very tannic, they were too rich, too imposing. Sometimes they weren't nice wines at all. But as they aged, as they softened, as the tannins became more elegant, they became beautiful, beautiful wines. And this was what gave them that accolade of the king of Italian wines. Modern style Barolos, very, very different. These are not the hit and miss ones where you have to rely on great vintages. Luckily, 2015 was that perfect storm in terms of an amazing vintage. They had lots of snow that allowed the vines to be naturally watered, and then they had the optimum amount of sunshine, and that went right the way through from spring, right the way through to summer, and it was dry, and every single thing was in perfect condition to allow the grapes to be made at their absolute best. So let's open this up and see what we've got here. So, with this particular wine, I've had many, many great nights with it because Barolo is a truly fabulous wine to drink. And the Nebiolo Grape can be incredibly expressive. And this is one of the great things with it. The beautiful thing is when you get a 2015 vintage that is so outstanding, it tends to come in with a lot of awards. So as we can see here, we've got 90 points with James Suckling. But the 2015 vintage also ran away, I think it was 96 points and gold medal in the Decanter World Wine Awards that was announced this week. So I'm really excited and really, really looking forward to trying this. So in a lot of the videos that I show you, you can see that the colour is very, very dark on the wine. Whereas in this one, you can see that it's actually quite light. That's because it's sort of a medium skin grape, but look at the colours that really come through from that. That is a delicious light cherry sort of style. And I haven't even brought it in my nose and I can already smell it. This is going to be intense. So what they do is they pick the grapes. They put them through the vinification process. Then they have natural malolactic fermentation. I'll come back to that in another video because that needs an awful lot of explanation. But what they do is then they age it for 3 years. Now, this is 2015, so it has only been released recently. 3 of those years, 2 of those years of the 3 that are maturing are in oak casks, big, big Slovenian oak casks. And that's just to soften the tannins. And it's not really to add any oak characteristic, but it is to soften the tannins and to make the wine a little more rounded. Then it's kept in bottle for the remaining time. Now, you've got this. It's almost like a dried fruit, and it's very floral, but that's not the flowers that I'm smelling because it's got this rose petal characteristic. But also, it's almost like road tar, which is really, really unusual. But it isn't because that's quite nasty aroma. But this is a lovely, lovely aroma. Okay, so boom, instant hit, dry tannins. Then the tannins dissipate. Then the sweet fruit kicks in. It's got a long finish. It's not a big, heavy Barolo like, as I said, the previous styles. This is much more elegant, much more refined. It's much more sophisticated. It's the sort of wine that, yes, you could drink it on its own. Now, this has just been freshly opened. I would 100% decant this for at least an hour. Maybe even overnight. I mean, it would benefit from that air contact. I mean, if you're just going to pop it in the glass, it's going to come across as too rich and not too rich, sorry, too dry initially. But it's got that lovely cherry characteristic and the sweet fruit that kicks in. Makes it absolutely fantastic. I mean, this would be great with lamb. It'd be good with duck. It would be good with red meat. It'd be great with pizza and pasta, of course. And it will also keep for an incredible amount of time. So, this Barolo San Silvestro 2015 Patres, I am going to recommend this because I think it's delicious. It is in my special award winners case for the month. If you fancy getting some of that, it's a brilliant mixture of wines that have all scored highly in the Decanter World Wine Awards. And this is exactly one of those. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's video. Cheers.